Go ahead, Josh.
Well, no, I see right here. It says, do you have any testimonies that Cardio Miracle lowers blood pressure? And I would probably say 1 in 3 of our testimonials
I'm one
is
of them. Yeah,
regulating blood pressure. Yeah.
I'm one
So
of them.
yeah, we can't do it enough. I mean, my blood pressure was seriously elevated when I was a strongman competitor, and you know, when I decided to take my health in my own hands, it took me about 6 weeks to fully regulate out. But remember, nitric oxide, when it won the Nobel Prize in medicine, it was called the great regulator, is what
Yes,
the
yes,
they
yes.
they mentioned in awarding the Nobel Prize in medicine. And I make sure that I always say Nobel Prize of medicine, because it seems like anyone can get a Nobel Prize these days, but the Nobel Prize in medicine takes a lot more research.
Yes,
So,
it does. You're
yeah.
absolutely right on that one. So my blood pressure, for anybody, I thought I was humming along. And I was on I took so many products. I look like a nutritional hoarder. And I had ended up feeling kind of funky. We were at a function together, and that's where I met your dad. I met John and the team, and my head felt kind of funny. And I was encouraged to take my blood pressure. I took it. It was 214 over 110. So if anybody thinks they might have had high blood pressure, I usually cause high blood pressure. I don't have it. And here I am with the high blood pressure. So I went over and talked to John Hewlett, and I said, does this product help with high blood pressure? Look at what I was taking so many different nutrients. And he said, yes, that's part of why I created it. So I went on the product, and I think this is a really good point to make, Josh, is I took 6 scoops a day because I was in a dire situation. I had to bring my blood pressure down, and I was going to give it 24 hours, and then I was going to seek further attention. But in 24 hours, I took 6 scoops a day for 3 days. And then after that, I titrated down to 4 scoops and remained to this day between 2 and 4 a day. That's where I do best. My blood pressure is perfect. I don't have a problem. So my body wasn't receiving something that I needed in the Cardio Miracle product. It was either the way that the nitric oxide was formulated, along with all the other beautiful synergistic nutrients in it. But to this day, I haven't had, and that's, over 3 years. Isn't that exciting? So I encourage everybody.
That's
Of course,
amazing.
we always have to say that we don't treat, cure, or diagnose, but the body knows what it needs. And when it's receiving the best nutrition, hydration, and exercise, the body will respond positively.
100%. And those numbers, Lisa, are
I know, aren't they crazy?
See, I thought mine was out of control. It was 190 over 110, and now I took my blood pressure the other day, and it was 106 over 60.
Oh,
So
that's amazing.
it's
That's
awesome.
like barely alive.
Yeah, seriously. No, when I sleep at night, I'm not even kidding, my heart rate gets down to 40, and that
Wow.
is such a crazy resting heart rate for me. We were talking about Stan earlier. Stan is, if you've heard of Stan, he's got the beautiful locks of hair, the gray locks of hair. He's like a guy that runs, all over the country pretty much. And he used to tell me that his resting heart rate was down like 38 or something like that. And that was like my goal. I was like, I got to get down to Stan level.
You're pretty close.
Yeah.
We call Stan the Cardio Miracle Fabio.
All the locks of.
I know.
No,
Any other
it's
questions?
fascinating. It's really fascinating. And that's what we like to tell people a lot, is what I tell people in the member services team and everything, is that I always go back to the fact that Cardio Miracle, or let's just not even bring Cardio Miracle in it, let's bring nitric oxide, is a great regulator.
Yes, yes.
And that's what's going to do. It's going to help anything and everything in your endocrine system as well as your cardiovascular system, because, I mean, we can say it's snake oil, whatever, but people say, does this help with everything? And I say, well, anything that has to do with your blood, it'll help.
If you're breathing.
Yeah, sure. So no, that's the key, is that it's all about regulation and what your body, because all of our bodies are different, like
Correct.
for you, it took 4 scoops a day or 6 scoops a day. And
Yep.
And, for me, mine is between, 4 and 6 scoops a day, depending on how I feel, for sure.